Okay, so till yesterday, what we saw, that is the what is multitasking, what is the type of the multitasking, and what we are learning inside the Java, right? That is the multi-threading we are learning in the Java, because multi-threading is based at the programming level. And we saw how to create a thread by thread class, right? And we saw the two methods also, that is the run method and the start method also. Today we will see what is the life cycle of the thread. Okay, how our thread will be work, what is the life cycle of thread. Today we will see that, and we will see some methods of the thread also. Okay, so yesterday we saw how to create a thread, right? With the help of thread class we saw that how to create a thread. So firstly we will try to create a thread with the help of thread class. Simply we will come here into the Eclipse. My screen is visible for everyone? The screen is visible? Okay, okay. So here what we will do, simply we'll try to create a thread with the help of thread class. So there are some steps to follow, some steps we have to follow, right? So can you please guide me how to create a thread with the help of thread class? How to create a thread? First step is the, which is the first step? Extends thread, right? Simply we have to write here extends thread. After that, which is the next step? Okay, run method we have to override. So simply I'm writing here public void, and here we have to write the run method, like that we have to write, right? Public void run. After that, inside the run method, what we will write? Inside the run method, what we will write? Why we are using the run method here? Why we are using the run method? Why we are using the run method? Yesterday I told you, no? Yes, thread task. Thread task we will write inside the run method. Means if you want to perform any task with the thread, that we will write inside the run method, right? That we will write inside the run method, and whatever we write inside that one, that is called as the thread task, right? That is called as the thread task. After that, which is the next step? Simply we have to create a main method here, and inside the main method we have next step. So which is the next step? Object of the class in the main method. Yes, right. We have to create a object of the class. So simply I will create an object which the, what is the name of our class? That is the test. Simply I will create a class, create an object of the test class. After that, which is the next step? We have created the object, right? Three steps are completed. Start the thread. With the help of which method we will start the thread? Run method or another method? Start, right? With the help of start method we can start our thread. So simply you will write here object dot start, and if you write like that, so our thread will be work, right? So simply I'm writing here system dot out, and here I'm writing first thread. Simply I'm writing here first thread, and if I run this one, so we will get the output, that is the first thread on the console. See, first thread is printing on the console, and where thread is created? In on this line. On this line our thread is creating. From this line we are starting the thread, and here our thread task is performed, right? We will see this, we will see the execution of the thread with the help of life cycle. Okay, so here is the life cycle. Inside the life cycle there are many phases. So first phase is that there is the create, burn or new thread. We can say that create, burn or new thread, means here our thread will be create, our thread will be burn, or new thread will be create. After that, another phase is the runnable phase. Okay, inside this phase our thread will be in ready. Okay, in the ready state, means it will be ready for the execution, but it is not execute here inside the runnable. Remember this thing, our thread will be in the running state, means ready for the, sorry, it will be ready for the execution in this phase, but our thread is not in the execution state. Our thread will be in ready state, right? If we, when JVM allocate the processor, our thread will be in execution. Okay, so where will be our thread is in the execution? So inside the running phase. Inside the running phase our thread will be execute, and when our thread will be start, where our thread will be goes to the runnable, from runnable to running, when JVM allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, suppose our thread is created here. After that it will come to the runnable phase. Here our thread is in the ready state. After that, when JVM allocate the processor, that time only our thread will become from runnable to running phase. Okay, that time only our thread will become from runnable to running phase. Here our thread is in the ready state, and here our thread is in execution. Okay, and when thread will be execute, when JVM allocate the processor, and where thread is start the execution inside the processor. When JVM allocate the processor, that time only our thread will be in execution state. Okay, first step is that is the create one or new thread, then inside the runnable phase, and then inside the running phase. When JVM come from runnable to running, when JVM allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, and inside the runnable phase, thread is in the ready state, but it is not in the execution state. When thread will be in execution state when thread is in running state. Okay, after that, last state is the dead state. Okay, last state is the dead state, and when it will become from running state to dead state, when thread task is complete. When whatever task we have provide to the thread, that will be complete, then it will become from running state to the dead state. Okay, it will come from running state to the dead state when their task is completed. Okay, after that there will be another phase, that is the non-runnable phase. Okay, this is the non-runnable state. Inside that, when it will become, when it will be thread will become into this phase, when we perform sleep method or wait method or the suspend method on the thread, that time it will become into the non-runnable state. It will be wait for the some time, right? Means sometimes we will perform sleep method or wait method, so that time what it will be do, it will be stop its execution for the some time. If that time will be over, it will be again come to the runnable phase, and from runnable phase it will again come to the running phase. Suppose if you take the real time example, here new man is born, new baby is born. After that, it will be ready for the job. It is studying and all, it is studying, it is doing his graduation and all. After that, he will be get the job, he will be get the job. After that, all the things are completed, he will be dead. Okay, he will be dead. And which is this phase? When he is doing the job. After that, sometimes he lost the job, so what it will be do, it will be wait for some time, then again he will be prepare for the job, and again he is doing the job. Okay, so this is a real time example of the thread. Okay, and when thread is in the dead state, it will be not alive again. When man will be died, can he will be alive again? No, right? If man will be died, or suppose woman also will die, so it will be not come into the, it will not alive again, right? So thread is also same like that. If if it is come to the dead state, it will be not alive again. When thread is coming into the dead state, so it will be not alive again. So that is the life cycle of thread. Inside the life cycle of thread, we have a five steps. As they create one or new, again runnable, then running, then dead state, and we have another state, that is the non-runnable state. When we perform sleep method, wait method, suspend method on the thread, that time it will be come into the non-runnable state. Okay, and it will be wait for some time. Okay, it will be wait for some time, and if that time will be over, it will be again come into the runnable phase, and then from runnable phase it will be again come into the running phase. When it will come from runnable to running, when JVM allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, and when it will come from running to the dead, when it task is complete. Suppose if we take our example, suppose our motive is complete, then our age will be complete, then we will goes to the dead state, right? We will goes to the dead state. So that is the life cycle of the thread. Okay, if you take the real time example, baby is born, then it will be ready for the job, he is doing the job. If his age will be complete, it will be dead. Okay, suppose he lost the job, he will be wait for some time, he will be prepare again, he will be doing the job again, and he will wait to the dead state. Okay, so that is the life cycle of the thread. Now we saw the how to create a thread, right? Here we saw how to create a thread with the help of thread class. Now if I tell you the numbers like 3 and 4, here is the number, why I wrote the number here. In the third step, the thread will be create in the create or in the burn state. Okay, so if I show you the uh, steps, so inside the third step, what we are doing, create an object of the class. Means in this step our thread is creating thread is created. Okay, when we create a thread, that time the thread is in the create one or the new thread in the this state. Okay, after that, here is the 4. when we perform the fourth step, which is the fourth step, start the thread using the start method. So when we perform start method, that time our thread will come from burn state to the runnable state. Okay, when we perform the fourth step, that is the start method, if you perform on the thread, thread will become from burn create a new thread to the runnable state, means it is ready for the execution. Okay, it is ready for the execution. If JVM allocate the processor, then it will become into the running state. After that, if suppose we are performing the start method on the thread, so it will be ready for the execution. After that, he will be wait for the JVM to allocate the processor. After that, JVM allocate the processor to the thread. So what it will be do, he will come to the run method. Inside that we have thread task now, so he will be complete the task. If this task is completed, he will become, it will become to the date state. Okay, it will come to the date state. Suppose in the meantime, like means thread is running and we are performing the sleep method or any method on that, so what it will do, it will come into the non-runnable state, and from non-runnable state it will be come into the runnable state again, and it will be again come into the running state. Okay, so this is the life cycle of the thread. So anyone have any doubt inside the life cycle or in thread execute inside the thread, how to create a thread? Anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt? You must have to know that, means how to means what is the life cycle of thread. You have to know that, because in interview also they will be asked. Okay, okay. So after that, we will see. Yesterday we saw the how to create a thread with the help of thread class. Today we will see the new way to create a thread. That is the with the help of runnable interface. There are two ways, right? There are two ways to create a thread. First is the thread class, and another with the help of runnable interface. Okay, with the runnable interface also we can create a thread. So first step is that implements runnable interface. Runnable is an interface. Remember this thing. Thread is a class and the runnable is a interface. So if you want to create a thread with the help of runnable interface, which is the first thread, which is the first step, we have to implement the runnable interface, right? We have to implement the runnable interface. Simply I will come here, I will remove this all the things, and simply I will implement here, implement runnable interface. R is capital, okay? R is capital. It is giving the error. Why it is giving the error? Anyone knows? Why it is giving the error? Anyone knows? Anyone knows why it is giving the error? We saw the interface, right? Right, right. It have to, means whatever method created inside the runnable, we have to override the all the methods inside the test class, right? So we will see what are the methods present inside the runnable interface. Simply will come here inside the runnable interface. Okay, so is the runnable interface. Inside the runnable interface, what are the methods are present inside the runnable interface? Only one method is there, that is the run method. So we have to override this run method. We will see the next steps also, which is the next step, override the run method. So simply we will come here and we will override the run method. You can override from here also, or you can write by menu public void run. Okay, inside that system dot out I am writing here, sorry. Okay, and inside that I am writing simply run. Okay, after that, which is the next step? Anyone knows which is the next step? Any guesses? Is the create an object of the class. Simply we will come here and we will create a main method first, and inside the main method we will create an object. So which class object we have to create? The test. Okay, this is the test class object I have created. After that, which is the next step here? That is the create an object of the thread class and pass the parameter of the constructor thread class. So why it is saying like we have to create an object of the thread class and we have to pass this object there. Suppose if I want to start the thread, okay, suppose I want to start the thread, so how we will start the thread? If I want to start the thread, how we will start the thread? How we will start the thread? In the thread class also we saw, no? By using start method. Yes, by using start method. By using start method we can start the thread. Suppose I want to start the thread here, So can I write like that, object dot start. If I write like that, so it is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because start method is not there inside the runnable class, the runnable interface. The start method is not present inside the runnable interface. Inside the runnable interface, only one method is present, that is the run method. Okay, inside the runnable interface, only one method is present, that is the run method. If you want to start method, so what we need to do? Where this start method is present? Inside the thread class. Inside the thread class, start method is present. So what we need to do? Simply we have to create an object of the thread class. So simply I will write here new thread. The thread class we have to write, and I have created the object of the thread class. And inside the thread class we have to pass the object here. Okay, why we have to pass the object here? Suppose if I show you the constructors inside the thread class constructor, there will be one constructor, that is the public thread and runnable target. So what is the use of this runnable target? I will show you while we are doing the practical. Okay, so simply we will come here, and what we will do? Simply I will pass here the object. This object I will pass inside the this one. Okay, and after that, simply with the help of thread class we can start our thread. Now if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? Any guesses? What will be the output we will get? Runnable. It is saying runnable, running. Oh, what we are writing? Runnable. Okay. If I run this one, so simply runnable we are getting on the console. See, runnable we are getting on the console. Right. So how we are getting that? So simply JVM will come here. There is a test object we have created, so it will become here. After that, here thread object we have created, and inside the thread class object we are passing the object here. So it will be look here. Okay, it will be look here, means we are passing this object into this one. This is the target of our runnable interface. Okay, so it will be see here. After that, th dot start. So it will be start the run method which are present inside the object. So which class object we have? That is the test class object. So it will be come here inside the test class, and it will see the run method. So where is the run method? Here is the run method. So it will be execute whatever task we have provided into the run method. So it will be execute this task, that is the system.out.println and the runnable. Okay. Suppose if I remove this one from here, and if I run this one, so can it will be run, or what will be the output? It will get error or any output. What will be the output we will get if I run this one now? So what will be the output we will get? Runnable, error, or anything? What will be the output we will get now? Any guesses? Like what will be the output? Any guesses? You can guess also. Error or runnable or nothing will be print like that. Anyone have any answer? Empty, I think no output. Okay. Error. Okay. So all three types answer I have, means we got, right? So simply if I run this one, so no output will be there. So why no output will be there? Because we are starting the thread from here, th dot start, but it will start the thread with the in the thread class. It will start the thread in the thread class, but he don't know which class object, which run method we have to call. Okay, which run method we have to call, he don't know. He will be call the thread class method, thread class start, whatever start method present inside the thread class, he will be call that. But after that, from the start method, which run method we want to call, he will don't know. It will be don't know. So for that we have to write here the target. Okay, for that we must have to write here the target. Now he knows that from which method, which class we have to start the run method, from the test class, because we have passed here the object. Which class object is this? Is the test class object. So it will become here, it will be called this run method. Internally from the start method, it will be called this run method. And if I run this one now, so runnable will be print on the console. Right. So these are the two ways to create a thread. First one is with the help of thread class, and another with the help of runnable interface. Inside the runnable, if you want to create a thread with the help of runnable interface, we have a steps. But if you want to create a thread with the help of thread class, we have only the four steps, right? We have only the four steps here inside the thread class. And if you want to create a thread with the help of runnable interface, we have a 5 step. So if I ask you which is the better way to create a thread, runnable interface or the thread class, so which is the better way? Which is the better way to create a thread class or the runnable interface? Thread, everyone is saying thread only. No one for the runnable. Everyone is saying thread class. Okay. So if I tell you the answer, okay, I'm not telling you the answer. If I show you the answer, suppose we have extend the thread here, extend the thread. Okay, and we will remove this thread class from here, and simply I'm writing here object.start. So if I run this one now, so that will be run, right? That will be run, and thread is created successfully. Runnable will be printed on the console. But now suppose we have another class here, class A. Okay, now I want to extend this class also, and I want to create a thread also. So can we able to create, like, suppose if I want to extend that class also, we have to write like that A. So can we able to create, and can we able to create a thread class and extend the class at the same time? Can we able to do that? No, Nagavan is saying no. Okay, so can we able to do that? No, right? But if we create the thread with the help of runnable interface, suppose if I create a thread with the help of runnable interface, and now we have another class also, like class A here, and now if I want to extend this A, can we able to do that? Now if I want to extend this class, and if I want to create a thread also, so can we able to do that now? Can I able to write here extends A? Can we able to write like that? Can we able to write like that? Yes. So which is the better way now? Thread class or the runnable interface? Runnable, right? Now you know that which is the better way, that is the runnable. If you want to extend, if you want to inherit any class also, so that we can extend, and we can able to create a thread at the same time also, right? So runnable is the best way to create a thread. By the steps, many people are said like that thread is a base, but runnable is a base. That's why I told you, like, it have a 5 step and it have a 4 step. Okay, and now we will see the another one, that is the method. What are the methods which are present inside the thread class? So simply we have many methods and many constructors which are present inside the thread class, but today we will see only the methods. What are the methods which are present inside the thread class? So first method we saw, that is the run method. Start method we saw, right? What is the use of the run method? These are all are the basic method. These are all are the naming methods. These are all are the daemon thread methods, and these all are the priority based method. We will see one by one. Okay, so what is the use of this run method? What is the use of this run method? What is the use of this run method? Just now, thread task, right? If you want to give any task to the thread, that we will declare inside the run method. What is the use of the start method? No, not to create a thread, to start the thread, right? To start the thread, we are using the start method. After that, we have this methods also, that is the current thread method and isAlive method. So what is the use of the isAlive? With the help of isAlive method, it can return the value, that is the true and false. If thread is alive, it will return true. If thread is not alive, it will return false. So we will try here. So but before that, we will see the another method, is the current thread method. Before isAlive method, we will see the current thread method. Okay, so current thread method return the instance of the current thread. Means if I want to know that which thread is working here, which thread is working inside the main class, which thread is working inside the run method, if I want to know that time, simply we will use the current thread method. Okay, simply we will use the current thread method. So simply we come here, and if you want to know that, we will remove these things from here also. If I remove here this thing also. Okay, now, and we will see with the help of extends thread class. That will be easy. Okay, and here you can create with the help of runnable also. That will not create any problem, but it will be easy for the understand. Okay, so if I run this one, so runnable will be printed on the console. Okay, now if I want to know that which thread is working here and which thread is working here, if I want to know that, so how to get that? Okay, so for that we have one method, that is the current thread method, and it is the native method. So what is the native method? Okay, anyone knows what is the native? Native means what? So if I told you the which is the native language, if I ask you the which is the native language while we are learning the Java, so which is the native language for us? Is C or C++ and all. These are the native language for us. Okay, so what is meant by native method is, in short, if I tell you means, so native method, its implementation is written in the another language other than the Java. Its implementation is written in the another language other than the Java, like in C++ or inside the C. The implementation is written of this method, that is the current thread. Its implementation is written wrote inside the another method like C or the C++. That is called as the native method. Okay, if you see any native methods, so that implementation is written in the another language other than the Java. Now we are learning the Java means C++ is native language for us. C is also native language for us. Okay, so its implementation is written in the another language other than the Java. After that, this is the static method also. So we can call with the help of class name directly. So in which class it is present? That is the thread class. So we can call with the help of directly thread class also. Right. Simply, if I want to know that which thread is working here, so what we will do? Simply, I am writing here system.out, and here I am writing thread dot current thread. I am writing here. Okay, thread dot current thread I am writing here. Why I am writing with the help of thread class? Because this is the static method. See here, this is the static method, and as you know that static method we can call with the help of class name. With the help of class name we can call the static method. So if I write thread dot current thread, that is also good, right? That is also okay. So if I run this one now, if I write here thread dot current thread, and if I want to know that which thread is working here, so simply if I run this one, see which thread is working here. There is the thread, then main, this is the priority, and this is also the name of the thread. Okay, so see here which thread is working here, that is the main thread. Okay, which thread is working here, that is the main thread. Now if I want to know that which thread is working here also, so we have to differentiate that also, right? So I will write here the one. Okay, to differentiate I will write here one, and for after that I will write here thread dot current thread. Okay, thread dot current thread I am writing here to differentiate between them. If I run this one here, so see here inside this one, so which thread is working, that is the main thread, and here which thread is working, that is the thread 0, and these are the priority, and these are the which thread is calling them. Okay, so here the main thread, this is the priority, this is the thread, and this is the priority. So these are the name of our thread. This is the main thread, and this is the thread 0. So which thread is working here, that is the main thread, and which thread is working here, that is the thread 0. Okay, thread 0 means which thread, this thread is creating here, right? We saw while learning the life cycle, thread is creating here, thread is creating here. And if you are not giving any name to the thread, so JVM will give the by default name to thread. So like if you are creating one thread, so it will be give the name, that is the thread 0. So what is the name of this thread? It is thread 0. And if with the help of this thread, if we start the thread, it will become here, and it will be execute this thread, this task. So which thread is executing here, that is the thread 0, and which thread is executing here, that is the main thread. So why it is showing the main thread here? Suppose if I want to tell you like that, so if I copy this one, simply I will open the paint here. Okay, inside the paint we will see why it is showing the main there. So simply I will copy. Okay, and here I will paste our program. Okay, so this is our program. So what is happening here? Till now we know that like JVM will come here, and whatever things are there, JVM will allocate them. Now we are learning the thread concept. So what JVM will do is simply JVM will come here, and after that what JVM will do? JVM will come here, and JVM will create a one thread here. Okay, when JVM will come to the main method, JVM will create one thread here inside the main method. Okay, when we execute the program, JVM will come here inside the main method, and JVM will create one thread, and that thread name is a main thread. That thread name is a main thread. JVM will come here into the main method and it will create one thread. That thread name is a main thread. After that, that thread will execute all the things. Whatever things were present here, that will execute all the things. So this is the thread task, first thread task. This is the another thread task, and this is the another thread task. So it will be execute all the tasks here. Okay. So first it will be executing this line, that is thread dot current thread. So which thread is working here? Thread dot current thread, right? So main thread, so it will be written main thread here. After that, we are creating the another thread here. So who will create that thread? This main thread only will create this thread. So which is the parent thread? This is the parent thread which are creating the another thread here, right? So this is the another thread is here, which is created by the that thread. So this small thread is created here. And what is the name of this thread? If you are not giving any name, so JVM will give by default name to this thread, that is the thread 0, right? What is the name of this thread? That is the thread 0. Sorry, I will create one more. Okay. Thread 0. What is the name of this thread? That is the thread 0. This thread 0, this thread only created. Okay, this main thread only created the thread 0. After that, object dot start means it will come here inside the run method. So who is executing here? This thread 0, right? This thread 0 is executing the run method. So it will become here and it will be executing the start. So who will executing this task? Which thread is executing this task? That is the thread 0, right? Thread 0 is executing the task here. Sorry, thread 0. Thread 0 is executing all the tasks here. Whatever task is wrote here, that is executed by the thread 0. And whatever task we are write inside the main method, that is executed by the main method. Okay, and who is created this thread 0? That is the main method only, right? Because we have created the object inside the main method. So whatever we task we have wrote inside the main method, that is executed by the main thread. And whatever task we have write inside the run method, that is executed by the thread 0. Okay, which is the parent thread and which is the child thread? So main thread is a parent thread here. Okay, that is created the thread 0, and thread 0 is a child thread here. Okay, after that we will see the another method, that is the is alive. So what is meant by is alive? If thread is alive, that time it will give the true. If thread is not alive, it will return false. So simply we will come here and we will try to find that our thread is alive or not. So we will check it here. Thread dot current thread dot, simply I am writing here is alive. Our thread is alive or not? We will see that. Simply if I run this one, you see thread is alive here because it is executing this all the tasks. Now we will check with this object also. Simply we will write here system.out, and here I am writing object dot is alive. With this thread I am trying to I want to try this thread is alive or not. Simply if I run this one, so see it is returning false. Why it is returning false? When we start the thread, that time only it will be in the execution state. Simply I will copy this from here, and if I write here after the start, now if I run this one, see it is giving the true. It is giving true. Why? Because when we start the thread, that time it is in alive state. Okay, that time it is in alive state. If I write here also thread dot current thread dot is alive, and if I run this one now, see it is also returning true. It is also returning true. Means when we start the thread, that time only returning true. It is alive, right? If I write here before start, so what it will be do? It will return false here. See, before start if I write here, it will return false. Okay, so what is the use of is alive? So when our thread is alive, it will return true. When our thread is not alive, it return false. Okay, so that is the four method we saw. That is the run method, start method, current thread method, and the is alive. Run method is used to execute the thread task, or the start method is used to start the thread. After that, current thread method is used to return the instance of the current thread, and after that, is alive method is check whether our thread is alive or not. If our thread is alive, then it will return true. If our thread is not alive, it will return false. Okay, after that, get name and set name. So why we are using the get name and set name method? Simply we saw that what is our thread is alive or not. We have tried to return the current thread also. Now we will try to get the name of our thread. So how to get that? Simply we will come here inside the system.out.println and we will try to get the name. Suppose which thread is working here, we got that thread.current thread. Current thread return which thread is working here. After that I want to know that what is the name of that thread. So simply we will write here get name. Right, simply we will write here the get name. And if I run this one, see main we are getting. So what is the name of our thread which is getting here? That is the main thread. Now if I want to know that what is the name of this thread, so simply you write here object dot get name, object dot get name I will write. And if I run this one, see thread 0. Which thread, what is the name of this thread which are working here? That is the main thread. Now what is the name of this thread that we have created? That is the thread 0. And if I want to know that here, means we have to know, we have to get the thread first, right? Which thread is working here, and after that we have to know the thread. So simply we write here thread dot current thread dot get name. Simply we'll write like that. And if I run this one, there also will get the same thing. That is the thread 0. Main thread 0 and thread 0. Okay, so why we are using the get name method? To get the name of our thread. Okay, if we want to get the name of our thread, that time we are using the get name. Now set name. If I want to set the name of our thread, that time simply we will use the set name method. Okay, simply we will take one example here. If I remove this one, all the things. Okay, and suppose I am writing here system.out, and here I am writing 100 divided by 0. So what it will be do? What will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get here? 100 divided by 0. What will be the output we will get? Exception, arithmetic exception, right? If you run this one, simply run as Java application. So exception we are getting. See, exception in thread main. So what is the name of our thread? That is the main thread. Which thread is working here? That is the main thread. Right. So now if I want to change this name, this is the name of our thread. That is the main thread. If I want to change the name of this thread, so what we will do? Simply we will use the set name method. If I want to change the name of our thread, or if you want to set the name of our thread, so that time we simply will use the set name method. So simply I am writing here the thread dot current thread which are working here. Which thread is working? That is the main thread. After that, simply I want to change the name of our thread. So simply write here set. And if I want to change any name, I will take any name from you guys. Teja. Okay. So simply I am writing here the name. I'm setting the name as a Teja. Okay. Now if you run this one, see what will be the output you will get. Run as Java application. Exception in thread Teja. Okay, now means we have changed the name from main thread to the Teja. Right. With the help of set name method, we can change the name of our thread. Okay, we can change the name of, if you want to set the name of our thread, we can set the name with the help of set name method. Now we will try to change the name of our we will create a new thread, and we can set the name of our that thread also. Okay, this thread I have created, and with the help of this thread I want to know the name of our thread, means simply what we will do, object dot get name. Right, if I want to know the name of our this thread, so what we will do, simply write here. So what is the name? Sorry, exception is coming here. Simply I will remove this one. So thread 0 is working here, right? Thread 0, we are getting the name here. Now if I want to change the name, means simply we have to write here obj.set name. Okay, and here I am writing any name, like any name. I will write which name, Sai. Okay, Sai name I am giving here, and after that if I print this again, you will see, and we will differentiate here. I will write here old. Okay, and same like that I will copy from here and I will paste it here. Okay, and I am writing here new. This is the old name of our thread, and this is the new name of our thread. Simply we will, if you run this one, see this old name is thread 0 and new name is a Sai. So we have changed the name of our this thread also, that is the thread we have created. Okay, and if you not give any name to the thread, so what JVM will do? JVM allocate default name to the thread, like thread 0, thread 1, thread 2, like that. Okay, so these are the methods we saw today. That is the run method, start method, current thread, is alive, get name, and set name, and other methods that we will see tomorrow. Okay, so anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt? If anyone, every time we create a new object to a new thread. Okay, if you want to create a new thread, you have to create the object. If you create an object, that time new thread will be created. Suppose if you have a one object here, so this is the one thread I have created. Suppose I have created the another object here, copy, and if I paste it here, so this is the another thread we have created. So what is the name of this thread? That is the thread 0. See here, what is the name of this thread? That is the thread 0. And if I create a new thread, so what is the name of this thread? That is the thread 1. Okay, so if you every time if you are creating the new object, so that is the new thread you are creating. Okay, anyone have any another doubt? Try to get that, create a multiple object and write here thread dot current thread dot get name, so you will be get the new name. See, if I run this one now also, object 1 dot start, see what will be the output we will get, and we will remove this one, this thing also, and this thing also, this thing, and with the help of obj dot get name. Oh, sorry. We'll start the thread here, and if I run this one, see what will be the output we will get. Thread 0 and the thread 1. First thread 0 is working, after that thread 1 is working, and all the threads are working at the same time. And remember one thing, we cannot assume the execution of the thread. We cannot assume which thread will work here. Sometimes this thread will be work, sometimes this thread will be work, sometimes thread 0 will be work first, after that thread 1 will be work. So we cannot assume the execution of the thread. If you run this multiple times, so sometimes see thread 1 is executing first, now thread 0 is executing. Sometimes if you run this multiple times, sometimes thread 1 is also executing, sometimes thread 0 will be execute first. So we cannot assume the execution of the thread, because all the threads will be execute at the same time. See thread 1 is coming there, right? So this is the working of, see thread 1 is working here first, then thread 0 is working. We cannot assume the execution of the thread. Okay, so this is the all about the methods we saw today, and this is the naming methods and the basic methods we saw today. Tomorrow we will see daemon thread, priority methods, and any other method from tomorrow. Okay, and prevent execution, this all we will see one by one. We can we priorities which thread should run. We can priority with the help of priority method, but that is not supported by the Windows. Okay, in the Windows it will be not, it is not supporting. We will see that tomorrow, what is the set priority and what is the get priority. And if you want to learn run one thread one by one, like one by one, that for that also we have a many concept that we will learn in upcoming videos, upcoming sessions. Okay. Okay, so anyone have any doubt till here, till now? It is easy only, no? Let us practice one more time. If we have doubts, yes, definitely you can give it back. Okay, and tomorrow we have a online class, and after day after tomorrow also we have one online class, and after that I think from next week we have a purely offline Java class, because I am coming there, so I will be take offline classes from the next week. Okay, I think from next week or the same from Friday also I will take. Okay, so try to come everyone to the office. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Okay, good, bro. Waiting for you. Okay, bro. We will meet you soon. Very soon we will meet. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ping me or you can ping on the group. Okay, and we will meet tomorrow.